Okay, so this is my third take because I'm nervous. I keep stumbling over my words. I am not very articulate and I don't have a script in my head. I've written down some notes. So I'll be trying to talk very slow so I don't step over what I'm saying. But yeah. So we often consume content under the guise of inspiration or research. You go onto TikTok because you want to get inspired to maybe design, and then 2 hours later you're still scrolling and you're off topic, So I've found out that the most effective way to overcome, okay, I'm talking slow, the most effective way to overcome overconsumption is creation. So you need to learn how to create stuff. As humans, we were made to create. The longer you stay without creating, the more mushed your brain is going to become. So one way to do this, to not get lost in overconsumption and shorten your attention span, is the 1 by 2 rule. So for every 1 hour of content you consume, you need to spend 2 hours creating something. That thing doesn't necessarily have to be social media. You can bake, you can I wouldn't say read because reading is not really creation, but you can read, you can write a poem, and then another way is analyze the content you consume. Sometimes it's good to grab a piece of paper and a pen and jot down what's being said in a video, especially when it's a video that you feel inspired by or a video that you want to learn from, It's good to just have a pen and paper to write down your thoughts. The third thing that people need to remember is, in order to create, you have to go through a phase of not being comfortable, of not being good. You can't be a good creator without first being a bad one. So in the beginning, you need to focus on quantity over quality, because if you compare your work to other people based on quality when you're just starting off, you're gonna feel belittle yourself, if I can say that. So to be a creative human, you need to be comfortable with being a bad creator first, right? So sometimes you want to create, but you don't know what to create, or you just can't get to creating. Like you can't push yourself to actually start creating. Procrastination. So how you solve that is you tell yourself, I'm only gonna do this for 10 minutes. So you need to start creating for 10 minutes. Normally or usually what happens is, once you start creating and those 10 minutes pass, your brain is already zoned in. So you're gonna keep going, you're gonna keep creating. That's how I overcome that. Third, if this is the third or the fourth most important thing is your environment. You can't create in an environment that is not curated for creation. You can't create in an environment that's full of distraction. Instead of leaving, say, maybe the TV remote on the couch, maybe leave your sketchbook, so that's the first thing you see when you walk into your living area. Instead of leaving your phone on your bed, maybe leave copies of something that inspired you yesterday. The fifth most important thing. I'd say this is the most important thing actually. Most people can't create just to create. That's not inspiration enough for them. That's not motivation enough for them. Rather, I should say. I'm very nervous. But most people don't create just to create, or they do create just to create. They just don't find meaning in creating for themselves. So you need to start creating for value. You need to start creating for return. Create to gain something. So maybe create for other people and they pay you back, or create for social media and you gain followers, So you need to find meaning in your creations. Learn to create. At first you're going to be very bad. Your first maybe 50 creations are not going to be good, but you need to just keep going. You need to create to get value. So your first 50 are not going to be good. They're probably going to be mediocre. That's okay. You just need to keep creating until you get to a point where you're actually good at what you create. Then you can start to create for value in return. I think that's all I have for now. But yeah, that's how you become a more creative person. This is my first video ever on YouTube, so like I said, when you start, it's gonna be bad. It's probably gonna be a bad video, but yeah, but we're gonna have our foot on the gas because we are trying to create more. So if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.